Well, and the ones that didn't vote for your bills but run on them.
That's right.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Nicole,
much.
I appreciate
it's great to have
it.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction and analysis to everything we just heard.
The media lies for the establishment. They lied about Russiagate, they lied about Ukraine, lied about COVID, they lied about lockdowns, all of it. That's why I keep partnering with Ground News. Their app and website make it super easy to compare media coverage from all over the world in one place. It's actually very handy. Like on Trump saying Zelensky is prolonging the war by refusing to cede Crimea to Russia. Well, if you go to Ground News/JD, you'll get instant access to nearly 600 articles covering it worldwide. Ground News will even tell you if each reporting source has a political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and if they're independently owned or corporate controlled. They'll even show you where news sources are based. It's a super helpful way to see how UK media says Trump's walking into the Kremlin trap. Kiev points out they're under missile attack, and antiwar.com says Zelensky is actually the one holding things up. 3 different versions of the same story, and exactly why you can't just take the first headline you see as fact, especially when Trump's involved. You know the media is going to twist it into whatever it fits their agenda, so I can't recommend enough following the Ukraine war and even politics on Ground News. Check your blind spots and find the stories missing from either side of the political spectrum. You won't get this kind of transparency from mainstream media. Ground News is a lot like this show, actually. They're doing what we're doing. So just go to ground.news/JD or just scan the QR code on the screen. We're offering my viewers 40% off the same plan I use, which gets you unlimited access to all their features. This knocks the price down to just $5 a month. Subscribing not only supports an independent news platform working to make the media more transparent, it also supports this show and everything we do here. Thank you.
Yeah, nice work, Jim.
Yeah, I'm good at this.
Boy, you are.
Yeah, now Misha was just as good as coming up with $1 million ideas like she claimed.
She's good at it.
Wait, I'm good at this. Okay. I just need $1 million. If anybody has $1 million, I'd like to do a show on a soundstage. I got Rumble half the way. Rumble would meet me halfway, and I had to come up with the extra $500,000, and I couldn't. So I want to do a show and a soundstage and have it compete against Bill Maher. So doing it in a live theater, while it's a lot of fun, it doesn't have the same kind of, and that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to do a weekly show on a soundstage competing against Bill Maher.
Yeah. A blue screen. So go back?
Go back.
Go back. Okay. Got it. Blue screen. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, check out this interview I recently did that takes a dive into mRNA and the shocking rise in autism among kids. Experts are finally connecting the dots we've known to be true for years. Tap the video link right here to watch now.
Nice. Okay, put the camera where Kurt sits for a moment.
Okay.
Okay. Big screen camera 4, please. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Andrew Frankel will be performing tonight at the Baked Potato. Check him out. It's great. He's going to be... What? We have to do Grand News again? Oh, they didn't catch it all from the very beginning? All right, so you let me know.
Are you fucking kidding?
Ladies and gentlemen, you can check out our good friend Andrew Frankel tonight. He'll be performing at the Baked Potato. It is a blast. If you haven't got a chance to see Andrew perform, he's terrific. He opens for our shows at 2 Road. All right, you can come back to Steph. Okay, here we go. Israel is a daily reminder of why we as a species should be proud of the victory over the minority rule in Rhodesia. Zionism is the ultimate Nazi hijacking of Judaism, and that's hardly daylight. Alberta is where the oil is, Savage tells us. I'm a bricklayer who owns the company. It's hard, degenerate society. Please check out Rappaport on Skip Bayless' show, asked about Israel, and his answer and Skip chiming were worse than you can imagine. No. Matt Clark, thank you for that recommendation. Russell should move to Vegas, baby. Nice move there, Eric. Jimmy, you missed the part where Trump mentions leader of Johnson Thune to put his drug reduction in the new big deal legislation. It's more than a president order. Sean, thank you, Sean. Sean. Trump is right. EU did take advantage of drug prices, including the price of cheap cocaine, apparently. In a movie, the EU is Scarface and Russia is the guy who said, I told you a long time ago, don't F me. Thank you for that one. Goo81. Jim, did you also miss where he asked JFK and Oz to look into coming up with something better than Obamacare? Are you kidding me? Sean, I did not see that, but I will be looking for that, amigo. You should have Dr. Tina Moore on to talk about the fat shots. You'll be very shocked. P.S. Catherine Austin Fitz interview was amazing. A.R. Dreamy. Fat shots. What fat shots? What are fat shots? Thank you about that one. All right, so let me move that one to the side so I can share it with the team's recommendation. The first few lines? Okay, so should I just go? He has a plain blue screen behind him? Okay. All right. So, Jimmy, you can have a plain blue screen behind you, and we're going to do the beginning of it. You look great. All right, you all set, Jim? Oh, stand by. All right, I'll keep reading. You tell me when. All right, thank you for that one. Moving on. Trump is right about the EU. Dr. Oz. You know, conspirareality, you said that's bullshit. The innovation is done at universities funded by American taxpayers. That's what I was thinking, too. By slashing drug prices by 90%, the Dems are screwed in the midterms when they had 18 years in charge to do that. Literally. Goo81. Most drugs don't cure, they mask. Quiet Frog, you are so right about that. Most drugs don't cure, they mask. Indeed. Thank you for that one. And, you know, somebody else was saying, oh, Kinky, you came in and you responded by saying cancer caused by our polluted food system. You bam, Kinky. Bam. Thank you for that one. And my final comment, that's just what Big Conspiracy wants you to think. Mardu. All right, Jim, how do you feel? You ready? Just the first chunk. Okay, back to Jimmy.
Hey, if you watch this show, you already know the media lies for the establishment nonstop. They lied about Russiagate, Ukraine, COVID, the lockdowns, all of it. That's it?
Wow. Okay. Wow, that was fantastic. Okay. Jimmy, I'm done with Super Chats. You got another story, or you want me to find something? And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind everybody that I love that people are like, Jimmy, why did you censor me on this platform or that platform? I don't know if you noticed, but Jimmy's actually broadcasting the show. Jimmy has nothing to do with the chats or the Rumble rants or the Rockfin. Those are all controlled by our moderators. Okay, so just so you know that Jimmy doesn't control. Somebody goes, I'm outraged. Jimmy's such a hypocrite because, my goodness. Are you out of your mind? Do you really think this guy has time to broadcast and moderate? Come on, locos. All right. Why are you insulting? Well, I'm not insulting you, but what's going on with these spammers? My goodness. All right, here we go. Let's look here. Wow. All right. Here we go. Let's make sure. Okay. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I have anything else. Go back up to the top. Let's see something, shall we, girls? All right. Definitely back from the heart. Sean, Goo81. Sean, missed that one. Nope. Okay, got that. Marduk. All right. I'm all caught up, ladies and gentlemen. I am all caught up. And now, back to Mr. Jim.
The big news. There are reports that Trump is going to recognize Palestine as its own state. Kenneth Roth tweets out, it's good that Trump wants the Nobel Prize. To merit one, he needs to stand up to Netanyahu. No ethnic cleansing in Gaza. No forever war there so Netanyahu can avoid prison. No more Israeli opposition to a Palestinian state. The headline here is Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize. Here's how he can earn one. So this is from the Jerusalem Post. Gulf diplomatic sources debate if Trump will announce U.S. recognition of Palestinian state. Saudi Arabia will host a Gulf U.S. summit in mid-May during Trump's Mideast visit. Speculation swirls over a major announcement on a Palestinian state and peaceful U.S.-Saudi nuclear cooperation. Hang on a second.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Zarkov, you say in the chat, I think pharma created this shit to guilt people into using it so they will get cancer to keep feeding the machine and in the end kill themselves. Would it be so weird if the food that we got gave us cancer and then we're in debt the rest of our lives to cure the cancer? That sound weird? Huh? Does it, Zarkov? All right, let's see here. Sign of Jonah, me, doctor, I want to die from clots. Doctor, you need the COVID shot. The story you just heard is true. The names were changed to protect the innocent. Back to Jimmy.
So according to the Jerusalem Post, Saudi Arabia is going to host the Gulf U.S. summit in mid-May, part of President Donald Trump's first visit to Saudi Arabia during his second term. This follows the summit held on May 21st, 2017, during Trump's first term. The summit, hosted by Saudi Arabia and its capital, Riyadh, was preceded by numerous predictions regarding the announcement that Trump referred to, describing it as a very important announcement during a meeting with the most important announcement ever. Everybody's talking about this announcement. It's a phenomenal announcement. We've never seen an announcement like this. Describing it as a very important announcement during a meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney at the White House on Tuesday, May 6th. In addition to what Trump intends to announce, the summit's agenda and the deals and agreements expected to take place have become the talk of the town, ranging from security and military deals to technology deals and artificial intelligence deals. A lot of deals. Some of these are some of the best deals. We got multiple deals. Everybody's excited about. No one's ever seen deals like these. These are phenomenal deals. All Gulf leaders are scheduled to participate in the Gulf U.S. Summit, with the exception of King Salman bin Abdulaziz, who has not participated in public events or meetings for a long time due to his health. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to be there, even though he had bad health. I heard he was going to be there, but Jerusalem Post says he's not. A Gulf diplomatic source who declined to be named or disclose his position told the media line, President Trump will issue a declaration regarding the state of Palestine and American recognition of it. So that's an anonymous source. That's an anonymous diplomat. Is that real? I don't know. Is that hopeful thinking, wishful thinking? Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be amazing. That would screw up Zionism. And that there will be the establishment of a Palestinian state without the presence of Hamas. I'm sure Hamas would disband if Trump negotiated, hey, we're going to turn things over to the PLO, or we're going to have a new election, and Hamas can't be on the ballot. But in exchange, we're going to give you, United States is going to recognize you as a state. I 100% they would go along with that. The source also added, if an announcement of American recognition of the state of Palestine is made, it will be the most important declaration that will change the balance of power in the Middle East, and more countries will join the Abraham Accords. The source confirmed that economic agreements will certainly be present, but many of them have already been announced, and we may witness the Gulf states being exempted from tariffs. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee denied this stuff. Of course he did. He's more of Zionist than Netanyahu is. He said Israel has no better friend. Blah, blah, blah. Ahmed al-Ibrahim, a former Gulf diplomat, told the media line, I don't expect it to be about Palestine. Oh, really? So now we have conflicting. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, I love their names. And it's like it's how they have Fat Tony. Or, that's what all this is. That LCC. Hey, it's like Joey the Nose. That's what all this shit is, right? And King Abdullah II of Jordan have not been invited. Oh, really? So the Egyptian president and the Jordanian president have not been invited. They are the two countries closest to Palestine, and it would be important for them to be present in any event like this. So that's why that guy says, I don't think that's happening. Because if it was, those guys would be there. Al Ibrahim also said there will be major deals coming, perhaps similar to what happened in 2017 Gulf U.S. Summit, with the Saudis deals worth more than $400 billion. Let's not forget that the United Arab Emirates announced investments in the U.S. worth more than $1 trillion. And Saudi has announced investments worth more than $600 billion. That's not small change. This is clear because President Trump intends to visit the United Arab Emirates and Qatar after concluding his visit to Saudi Arabia. These are two important economies with significant financial resources and major investments in the United States. This other guy, Ahmed Bushoki, have you ever had the Bushokis? Oh,
just last week.
They pan fry them with that sauce. Fantastic. They melt in your mouth, the Bushokis. I remember my grandma used to make the piogis and the Bushokis. They were fantastic. A Saudi political analyst told the media line, this is about major economic deals that will take place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Perhaps U.S. President Trump hinted at this when he told the American people to buy stocks now before his big announcement in the next 2 days. Remember that? Regarding the news of peaceful U.S.-Saudi nuclear cooperation to generate electricity in Saudi Arabia, Bushaki said, Saudi Arabia has had a program announced since 2010, and it has been discussed several times before. International companies are now working to implement these. So Saudi Arabia wants to go to nuclear power? You think they'd want to use oil? No, we're going to sell our oil and we're going to go to nuclear. Is that what they're doing? Plans are currently underway in Saudi Arabia to build the kingdom's first nuclear reactor, with several international companies competing to design and build the reactor. Meanwhile, the neighboring Gulf country, the United Arab Emirates, already owns the Breakup reactor and is the only Arab country with a 4-reactor nuclear power plant in collaboration with a Korean company. Get the F out of here. Breaking after the information from Jerusalem Times that Trump is planning to recognize the Palestinian state, Israel foreign minister came out with a threat. Unilateral recognition of Palestine state will force unilateral actions in response. So these guys are just terrorists. Israel are just Mel, our friend, the Village Crazy Lady, says, this is from February 2024. These were the conditions the Saudis committed to then. No relations with Israel without the establishment of an independent Palestinian state on the 1967 borders. The Trump team accepted this as a precondition for normalcy is a big deal. I know it's not as much as some wanted. I get it. I do. But the Biden administration did everything short of threatening KSA with military action to get them to drop this demand, and they wouldn't do it. So Trump acknowledging it and saying that the official U.S. position is to respect that request is a big step in the right direction. So here she links to it. Saudi Arabia says no relations with Israel before recognition of a Palestinian state with 1967 borders. And here it is. In a statement released early Wednesday, the Saudi Foreign Ministry said the kingdom has informed Washington that it will have diplomat relations with Israel, that it will have no, I got to read this. I got to look at it. That it will have no diplomatic relations with Israel until an independent Palestinian state is established on the 67 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital, and Israel ends its offense on the Gaza Strip and withdraws its troops from the enclave. So good on Saudi Arabia, I guess. And good on Trump. We'll see what happens. This is a fingers crossed moment. I don't have faith, but I have hope. At least there's some hope. So that's great. Great hope. All right, we'll see what happens. If Trump does this, he will get the Nobel Prize. I bet he wants one. I bet really
be sticking it to Obama.
I bet nothing matters more than him right now than to try to figure out a way to get a Nobel Prize. I bet you that's what he's going to try and do. We'll see. Over to Steph.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. All right, here we go. Let's see one more time. There we go. Big screen camera 4. last time that I want to promote my good friend Andrew Frankel tonight at the Baked Potato. Baked Potato right off of, is that Ventura Boulevard and near Barham? Lancashire. It's near Lancashire. Yes. Lancashire and Ventura Boulevard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can come back to me. You got to go check out the show. Are you going to jimmydore.com, checking out our upcoming tour dates? It's going to be a blast, ladies and gentlemen. You got to check it out. What's after this? Oh, I'll do that later. Okay, here we go. Those are dates. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's see.
Are you kidding me? David Spade?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could go. I can't go.
You can't.
No, because we're going to the other thing.
Right. Jimmy Dore just spent 4 years complaining about Biden's son getting money from Ukraine, but now Trump's getting a plane is a nothing burger. Space 99 Yak, are you loco in your cabeza? Do you not understand how these dots work? Hunter Biden actually got money directly paid to him because his father had a position of influence and power. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, and they were just gifted a plane, not to Donald Trump, to the United States of America. Did I clear it up for you? I tried to do my best for you. Marduk, I'm still waiting for the 9-foot lizard people running the world theory to pan out. All the other conspiracy theories have. Marduk. Bat shots are very popular during spring break at the wet markets. Ham hock. As much as I would love to see Jimmy on a soundstage, I prefer the garage band type of podcast we've become accustomed to. Driving up from Dayton to Toledo for the show in 2 weeks. See you there. Who's calling me? Can't take it. I'm going to give you a message. I'm on my way. That's usually the message I give them. I'm on my way. So if they really want to talk to me. The summit will involve Al-Qaeda, Israel puppet of Syria, to be part of the summit. Trust me, there's a spy Wahhabi terrorist will find ways to ruin recognition of Palestine. Goo 81. Bad Butch says, don't actually try and find a cure for cancer. Just experiment and make boatloads of money by just keeping them alive on 10,000 treatment until they die. That is not good health care at all. I haven't drank and smoked for decades. My vaccinated friends have had more issues, lots to my none, since they all ran out and got it in 2021. Soccer Man 1963, I'm glad you're in good health. I love you, Jimmy. I hope you're not mad at me for talking too much at Two Roads because I really love you and Steph. Dylan, I don't even remember Dylan. Is that your real name? Were you the real one who's chatting? Ed209H says, do not comply. Love it. Hi, Steph.
Believe me, if you talk too much, I'll let you know.
Yes. Hey, Steph. It's Glenn, the cowboy. Hello, Glenn. We chatted at the last Two Roads. I remember you, Glenn. Where did you and Mish go to learn the line dance, Slappin' Leather? We did it in the Pasadena Ballroom. Pasadena Ballroom. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, the Pasadena Ballroom Dancing Association. Make a note of it. And you just type them in, and then their calendar will come up. They're kind of a wonky website, but you'll see a flyer, all the upcoming dances. There you go, cowboy. Goo, Jelani refused to go to Iraq for an Arab League summit as there's an active arrest warrant for him being involved in many deaths of Iraqis. Thank you for that one. Jimmy, this is interesting. Zanillo told us news says China signed a trade deal with the U.S. Might want to know more about that one. My last one, Jim. The same foreign minister of Israel who also has an ICE arrest warrant on him regarding Gaza and Keir Starmer in trouble as they snuck him in 2 weeks ago to meet UK intelligence and army personnel. Look at you, Goo 81, with the hot tips. All right, let me see if I have anything else. What's this one? LOL, yeah, that'll work. Israel threatening the U.S., Trump with unilateral action. Roll on the fucking floor laughing my goddamn ass off. All right. Rubber toe. Thank you. Yeah, you're right, Doreen. Bill Maher's show sucks. Now's perfect time for Jimmy to make a move to a soundstage and take the audience. It'd be so much fun. Jimmy's live shows are so much fun. It would be great. I fingers crossed. Come on, 2025. Let's make that happen. All right. Jimmy, how are you?
Hang on one second.
I don't know, Jethro, how I just doxed myself saying Pasadena